going to start Souls by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadosh. Double honors to the apostles, great most, and honor to you, brothers, doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, of whom the world we calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh. Son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, meaning in, meaning da and Sham, meaning names Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Real quick, just wanted to touch on this article. It says toxic PFAs toxic PFAs above proposed safety limits in almost all English waters tested, right? It says, you read the word there, toxic, and this is once again just a reason why, we hope, right, for the kingdom, right? Wherein dwelleth righteousness, where you can eat, right? In this kingdom, man, it's just like you can't even drink water, right? Because it's everything's polluted, right? So we can start off there. This is Isaiah 24:5, right? And then also let me grab this as well, right? Because let me read it first, right? This is First Timothy 6:10, right? It says, for the love of money is the root of evil, right? So some people say the love of money is the root of all evil. That's not true, right? Scripture says money is a defense, right? But the love of money is the root of all evil. And yeah, Jake, get into, that whole love of money, like, oh man, like, I forget which tribe it is in, so-called Nigeria, right? Whether it's Igbo or whatever, but one of them, man, all they do is love money, man. And you'll be, so-called friends, right? And then they'll come up to you and it will just be like, just try to hustle you, right? That's the love of money, right? But right, he's the king of the love of money, right? Which he's the devil anyway. But it's just like, what was that film, man? Black Waters, right? Let me grab that as well. Just put that into the screen here, right? And it says, basically this film, which is going about the Teflon family, right? It's a family. It's not a family, but the Teflon material, right? Where basically they were poisoning waters and stuff like that, and they didn't care, right? The DuPont family, Salaki, I must have Teflon, the DuPont family, okay? They didn't care, right? They just get you because at the end of the day, they know they're gonna have a little, a fine to pay whilst raking in billions, okay? All right, 670. In response, DuPont settles the remaining cases for 671. What is that, right? DuPont family. No, it's like, yeah. So you will laugh as well. Right? DuPont family, $18.1 billion, right? And that's 2024, right? But then what do we see here, right? In response, DuPont settles the final cases, the remaining cases, 671. And one of the things you start learning is that this wouldn't have even been DuPont themselves paying this money. It would have been some kind of insurance or like indemnity or whatever it is, right? So it didn't hurt them. But in the grand scheme of things, like that, that doesn't really mean anything to them. Okay. The first fine was 16.5 million. That was literally nothing. Okay. Yeah, I think that was the first one. It might not be the first one, but that's the first one that's read, that's listed here. Okay. That's literally nothing. Okay. So let's go back to this. We read, yes, that's the love of money, and that's Esau, man. Right? That's Esau. Right? Yes, this scripture is talking about Jake, right? Because it goes on to say, which while some have coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows, right? So we understand this is talking about Jake, right? But the king of the love of money is this Edomite, right? It's Isaiah 24:5 says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, right? So let's see if there's anything else in here, right? It says nearly all rivers, lakes, and ponds in England tested for a range of PFAs known as forever chemicals exceed proposed new safety limits, and 85% contain levels at least 5 times higher, right? like for instance here in London, we're all like, yeah, man, you don't want to be going into the Thames, right? Sometimes we just say it, but it's like, yo, all of the waters in this bloody in this country, because what's one of the things as well that they do, a lot of dumping, right, of the excess sewer waters, right, into pretty much most of the waters here in England. Okay. So I'm just reading. No, it's like misspelled something. It's like one sec. Right. This is just 1 second. This is ultimately why we have to trust in the Lord, right? This is Mark 16:18, right? It says, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover, right? Because I was thinking of the precept, eat poison and live, right? Drink poison and live, right? Because that's exactly what we're doing in this place, right? We're drinking poison, we're eating trash food. Right, it's Ezekiel 4:13. It says, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Right, so it's just by the mercies of the Lord that we are know that we're good, right, in this current situation that we're in. Okay. And that's why we're just hoping and constantly praying that the Lord makes a way soon, right? Because we understand that what is this? Let's grab that as well. It says Matthew 24:22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Right? And the Lord is shortening them days because if it were up to E, we'd be through. Okay, we'd be just absolutely through, right? So yeah, let me just see if there's anything else in there. If that's pretty much the point, I mean, I'll Lord's will. I remember I'll put the link in the description, right? But yeah, just a reminder that we just got to get out of here, man, right? Because this man will just constantly sell and sell and sell, despite what it does to humanity, right? He's the beast man, right? In fact, let me just read that and I'll close on that. Let me find it. What is it? Beware of the beast man. Called it a scripture. All right. I'm just trying to find it. There was a good one. A good one. I'm looking for beware of the beast man quote. Right. So like I'm just getting it in. Because all of these bloody apps, man, they're just trying to websites, right? They're just trying to make you pay for some paywalls, and I'm just trying to get a good one. Bro, just get to the point, man. Oh, spirit, anyway, effort. We've all heard it before, right? Just beware of the beast, man. That's this Edomite, man. Okay, but yeah, as always, Lord, I was edifying. Till next time, we say shalom.